Today, I'm talking about business strategies and the specific strategies that you can implement for your brand and your business when you are building that personal brand that I've been talking about over the last few weeks. These specific strategies are things that you can start doing now to start seeing results. I also discussed the difference between strategies and tactics because those are very important. So, as I mentioned, I have been talking about building your personal brand a lot lately, only because I feel it is so important for us to see success in the ever-changing world that we are currently facing. So today, I want to focus on some key strategies that you can implement to take your brand, your business, and your career even further. By definition, brand strategy is a long-term plan for the development of a successful brand in order to achieve specific goals. A well-defined and executed brand strategy affects all aspects of a business and is directly connected to the consumer needs, the employers you want to be interested in you, the emotions involved, competitive environments, and so much more. So, what does this really mean? I'm going to tell you guys today. But before I jump in, let me know in the comments if you are ready to start building your brand, be it a personal or a business brand, and drop a fire emoji if you are ready to get started. And please like this video and share it if you think others might also find value in what I teach today. As I mentioned, I'm going to share specific steps you can take to help move you forward. Because when we move forward in our business or our lives or our careers, we see results. We can connect with our clients or future employers or mentors, and we grow ourselves and our brand. So as you develop your brand strategy, it helps to start at the beginning. In other words, begin by setting your goals. Why are you creating this brand that is you? What do you hope to achieve by launching this brand or making this brand known to others around you? Also, before I go any further, I do want to differentiate between strategy and tactics. Strategy, as I mentioned, is long-term, where you see results in your business or your career and your brand over a long term after using different techniques and activities to see the results and the goals that you want to achieve. Tactics are short-term activities that drive the business goal. So you would implement the tactics within the strategy sometimes. But also, we are often prone to get short-sighted with the short-term because we want to see the now. We want to see results immediately. But are you prepared to sacrifice short-term wins for long-term lasting results? If you are ready, pop a yes in the comments. Let's get started. So, an important element as well as you are developing your brand strategy is to stay flexible or agile, because you need to be ready to learn from your mistakes. And if the tactics or the short-term activities that you're implementing within your strategy isn't working, how can you easily change and learn from what isn't working to implement new ways that could be working? And an important factor here is to be watching what your competitors are doing. Or what are similar industry thought leaders doing? What are people that you are looking up to doing differently that's giving them a competitive advantage? Because there's always ways to learn from those, reverse engineer it, and apply it to your strategy. So we have talked about what is a personal brand before, as well as the offer you or the brand has to give, the customers you want to speak to, or the employers that you want to have be approaching you. Now let's look at those specific strategies. A big factor when it comes to your strategy is the messaging. And you won't know what that looks like if you don't know what your offer your customer is, because how are you going to talk to them? So, very important is that when what is your business strategy for starting a brand? So do you want to get more customers? Do you want to create brand awareness and loyalty? Do you want to get that promotion? Do you want other companies to headhunt you? Or do you want to start developing your skills more and perhaps be a mentor or guest speaker on other platforms? What do you want to achieve by building your personal brand and business? So let's get started. First of all, you need to cover the basics. Make it clear to your audience or your network who you are, what you stand for, what do you have to offer, and at which price. And pricing becomes a bit of a tricky topic, so I will expand on this on future videos where we chat about your money mindset and making sure that you know your worth and you are sharing that worth with others. But let's get back to covering your basics. So you also need to decide and make sure that your social media accounts is what is going to be the driving force between sharing who you are and giving your message across. So is there consistency across your different platforms? Would people know who you are and what do you do if they glanced at your Facebook profile or your Instagram profile? Or if they looked at your LinkedIn profile, are they only seeing a digital CV? I'm sorry to say, but long gone are the days where Facebook was just for sharing your updates and photos from your weekend. If you are not using Facebook to network and build your relationships and showcase your authority, you are not going to see results. So the next strategy you need to implement is building out your visual branding. This can be different videos, photo, graphics, aesthetics of all the different content that you will be sharing with your audience. What does it look like when someone sees your brand on social media? Is there consistency and coherence? Or is it a mess of lunch photos, weekend away, some business articles you may have found interesting, and more? This is also where you develop your brand voice and your tone, as I mentioned earlier, messaging. How are you saying things? Even with your visuals that you are conveying, you are still conveying a message. And what do you want people to take away from what you are saying? Do you present yourself as professional, but also with personality and a bit of a quirky side so they can get to know you? Do you share your passions as well as what makes you competent in your business or your career? And how do you share this? By being aware of our voice and the tone, we can share empowering content with others, but we also start uplifting our content, our voice, our message, and maybe you're making an impact on just one other person. The next element of strategy you want to be looking at is which platforms do you want to play on? Because we just cannot be everywhere all the time. The only way to stay consistent is to know that you can actually sustain the work. And there are so many platforms at the moment. YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, all the blogger sites, websites. How do you choose? So it's important to be realistic and know where your strengths are, and that will help you with this. So ideally, you need to choose 2 to 3 maximum platforms to start with and build them out as you become more comfortable in each. Also, you need to choose the platforms based on 3 important things. Number 1, where is your audience? If your ideal audience is on LinkedIn, then you will need to start becoming more active and engaged on that platform and learn how to network and communicate with your audience via that platform. The second thing is, can you create content for that platform? If you're not creating videos every week that is beautifully edited and perfectly researched, then YouTube is probably not for you. Start on Facebook first, where you can create more real and raw videos, sharing your voice and your message, and then you can always move forward. The third thing is, can you post consistently and drive engagement and conversation so that you can reach more people on that specific platform? Because that way you're going to share your value. You're going to be able to get to know your customers. So if you are not able or willing or wanting to post 5 to 9 times a day, then Twitter probably isn't for you. Also, the type of conversation you'll be having on Twitter is very different to the type of conversation and engagement you'll be having on Facebook and Instagram. Because Consistency is really important, and consistency and sharing value is what's going to give the algorithm make the algorithm see that what you have to offer is important and share that, which means even less people will see if you are not consistent and you're not giving quality and you're not sharing value. So those three things in terms of the platforms you want to be working on is: where is your audience? Can you create for that platform? And can you create consistently for that platform's needs? Okay, so those are the three beginner strategies you can use to build your brand to see growth. So if you guys are comfortable with those, pop a yes in the comment. Let me know if those make sense, or if you have any questions about any of the things I've mentioned so far, please let me know. So let's go straight into the last strategy, which does become quite meaty, but I'm going to do an overview for you guys today. And that is your marketing strategy. You need marketing. Organic reach is only going to get you so far. And even if you are not advertising a product or a service, you need to be promoting yourself. This seems a little strange, but if you want to position yourself as the go-to expert and personal brand of X, people need to know about you and what you are offering and what you stand for. You want to establish and build the online presence, expertise, and authority so more people will know of you, want to work with you, and opportunities can come your way. There are so many marketing tactics and strategies available. I am not deep diving that today. But if you guys feel that this is a topic I need to chat about, please let me know. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to pop them in the comments or contact me personally. But as a strategy, marketing efforts are vital to see success. And that is paid and earned marketing mostly. Your owned, that's organic marketing, or the platforms that you are present on, is everything else you are doing by building your personal brand, sharing your worth, sharing your value, showing up consistently. By getting your colleagues, your partners, or anyone that you have worked with or who has bought from you to give you reviews and testimonials, you are building more credibility that you can also use within your marketing strategies. Very quickly, paid and earned marketing is simply that, paid marketing. Those are your Facebook ads where you are paying to see reach and brand awareness. And yes, you are a brand, so you want to build that awareness. Earned marketing is where people are coming to you, word of mouth. They are talking about you. You have earned them speaking about you. I hope those make sense. And then, of course, you need to start measuring. This is a very important strategy, and you have to include this in your business goal and overview. You cannot get results from something you are not tracking and measuring. So when you are setting your goals and strategies in place, work out the plan to measure them so that you can see where your success markers are lying and if you are reaching them. Because if you are not reaching them and you are not tracking and measuring, how will you know if you are doing the right things? How will you know if your efforts are not wasted? Or alternatively, if your efforts are reaping the rewards? Okay, so we covered a few things today, and I'm going to recap this. Understand your strategy versus tactics and how you want to implement these to see the results and success. Get clear on what the business strategy is and what you want to achieve by building your brand in the first place. Then, those beginner strategies to help you move forward and see results. Cover the basics. Do people see you on social, and do they know what you have to offer? Build your visual branding and create consistency and coherence with your message and your voice. Decide on the platforms you want to utilize. Start by looking at different marketing opportunities and how marketing efforts can build your brand forward. Then, most importantly, is track and measure the results. Guys, I hope those help. Please like and share this video and leave any questions in the comments. Feel free to get in touch so we can chat more about how I can help you build out your personal brand and create business strategies for success. And remember, you have the power to live